Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wild Moments brought to you by explore.org. It's me, Trishala, and I have a very special guest today. We have Willington, who is going to tell us everything you wanted to know about Hesk and about Tammy and her cubs. Hi, Willington. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me today and to give me the chance also to talk about Husk and the cheetahs.
Our pleasure. That's what we all want to know about. I've been getting so many questions about how's Tammy doing? How are the Cubs doing? And I think nobody can answer those questions better than you because you're the animal curator at HESC, right?
Yes, I'm the animal curator here.
So tell us a little bit about you and what you do exactly at HESC.
Okay, yeah, first of all, my name is Willington. One of the curators at Husk, one of the people that actually are more involved with the cheetahs and all the animals that we have at Husk.
So I Googled your name before this show started,
Yeah.
and I saw that you do mud masks for the animals.
Yeah, there's some few times where you just kind of like spend time with the animals and try to stimulate them as well, like give them the necessary attention that they need as well. Yeah. So yeah, during the holidays, that's what we do with the animals.
How do you develop that kind of relationship with the animals, that kind of trust?
It is honestly, actually a difficult one. I think the animals they can also just feel
Mhm.
the kind of person, the love that you have, the caring that like they can feel that you care for them, and you don't mean any harm towards them, and then so therefore that's where then the relationship starts, and then they also want to hang around to you, and yeah. So have first they need to trust you.
Yeah. And then building that trust is just being patient and making sure that you are non-threatening.
Exactly, yeah. And during the stressful times, and like you're there, and then to calm them down, and so they know you in that way.
I mean, very much like children, right?
Exactly. The same, very the same.
And do they like your mud masks, though? That's the very important question. And is your spa open to any of our viewers?
Yeah, they're more than welcome. If they give you,
If you
it's
want,
pretty much gonna help them with the sun, and also like the parasites and all that. So they're more than welcome.
well, I know that you take care of quite a lot of different animals at HESC, but because it's International Cheetah Day today, of course, we want to focus in on Tammy and the cubs because that's what we
Right.
really want an update on. So, for those who may not know about Tammy and her story at HESC, can you just give us a little bit of a brief history?
Okay. Yeah, Tammy, it's a proud mom of four cubs. As of the 30th of April 2025. Tammy, she bred with Spotless. It's one of our beautiful male that we have here. So then later on the stage, Tammy was moved to maternity on the 28th March, and then that was when she was moved into maternity, and then and she was live on Africam, and then that's where when she stole everyone's hearts when she gave birth and first calves. Um, and being checked on every second of the day, and then yeah.
This was one of the most special moments ever on Africam, I think, being able to actually see the birth. I mean, I'm also a guide. I know that you're a guide. You would dream to see a sighting like this. You'd never see it actually.
Nah, it's very rare. It's very rare,
Yeah.
especially on cheetahs. I would say it's very rare. It's very rare to see them like. to witness that, like, in the world or wherever. But then, yeah, I really do think as well that it was very, very special.
Oh, it was. And do you know how old was Tammy when she gave birth to these cubs?
Um, Not very sure with the age wide, not very sure with the age, but then I think she was around 6 or 7 days, somewhere between the two.
Uh, okay. And how are they doing now? Both Tammy and the cubs.
Um, I'll start with Temi. Um, Temi, she's more relaxed, and she's doing quite good and not bothered with the cubs not being around her. And yeah, so she's enjoying her space, and the cubs are moved into another enclosure, and then so they were moved into another enclosure due to the fact that, like, they were like not to actually be bothered to be close to their mom. And then that's when we decided, okay, then maybe it's time for them to have their own space. And then now they are doing fantastic, and they are not bothered. They're enjoying the new enclosure, running around like as usual.
So they fully weaned and everything. They really, I guess, don't even care about mom very much now, right?
No, at the moment, no, they're not.
Not
I
bothered.
think and they think that they are now adults now. They can do
Mhm.
better by by themselves. Yeah.
They must be just over 6 months, 7 months now, or a little bit more.
Yeah, they are about 6, 7 months now.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm sure Tammy is also enjoying her space without having four cubs crawling all over her.
Yeah, it's just like we said, it's more like, as a parent, like once your kids are a bit adult, like, you sometimes just enjoy your own space. And she's just like that as well, enjoying her own space, like, walking around like as usual.
Mm. And Wellington, do you have children?
Yeah, I do. I do.
So you're speaking from experience. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm speaking from the experience, like, well, especially, like, there's a time where you just want to be by yourself and then have a little rest, and like, but then now this one is now permanent. But then, yeah,
And what are the cubs eating at the moment?
the caps, they're on means still.
Mhm.
They are now they're getting 800 gram
Okay.
a day. So yeah, the more they grow, the more they eat. So yeah, um, they're growing very nicely and healthy. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. They look so good.
But yeah, they're no, to be honest, they're very good, and healthy, and they're bigger than this now.
No, wow. And have they hit any significant milestones, weight-wise, anything like that?
No, with the weight wise, I'm not very sure with the weight. But we have seen that we are not 100% sure. We will be doing DNA on them, so we
Mhm.
will put IDs on them, and then that's when we will actually be 100% sure on the weights at the moment. And but then now we suspect that we have two males and two females.
What made you suspect the different sexes?
That's due to the features, like, when we can tell that, okay, from the distance, due to the sizes of them, and then you can see. But then when we had a closer look, yeah, as well, and
You could
yeah,
tell.
we could tell, but then it's not 100% sure.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, especially at this age, it's a little difficult, and I can't imagine that they stand still for long enough for you to
Yeah,
get a good look, you know?
yeah.
And how are they interacting with each other? Are they quite rough or are they nice to each other?
No, it's brothers and sisters. They are quite actually they are quite playful with each other, and then we haven't picked up any sort of like fights
Mhm.
amongst them. Um, but yeah, they're just brothers and sisters protecting each other. Always like they're always lying
Mhm.
together, keeping each other company at all times. Yeah.
I remember when we used to watch the camera, they used to like to climb up the tree quite a lot. Do you
Yeah,
find them still doing it?
it's still the same. It's still the same. Still the same. So, but
Nice.
then yeah, it is still the same, but with like with more, they're more now careful with it, and like they're adults. They ensure that they have best grips. No one falls around and get injured. So yeah, which is it's nice and
Yeah, so they're definitely learning different skills with each other and within the enclosure, climbing and all of that. They're definitely learning more skills.
yeah, no, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're learning more skills. Like yeah, after all, like it's their instinct. So um as time goes, and then they'll be like a normal wild cheetah.
Hmm. And have
Yeah.
you found that there's like they have different personalities or any special traits that you can see from the cubs?
Not really that we not really that we actually we have uh, picked up actually on my side. I don't know about my colleagues. Maybe they might have seen it because then we take turns in terms of
Yes.
like observing them. So, but then I haven't actually seen actually that yet as yet.
So you're not seeing any like dominant individual or maybe one that's a little more submissive, anything like that yet?
No, no, not yet. They are all like they're still all like they still like young to actually to show the dominance and all that. But then obviously when times goes up, then yeah, then the males they'll be the ones like like they'll actually show a bit of a dominant. But then at the moment they are still all together. The only time where you can actually uh, um, pick up something different it's when they like when they eat, like because of like
Mhm.
everyone's one wants to eat quick and have enough, but then other than that they're okay to each other.
Oh, that's a very
Yeah.
nice group of siblings. Very, very nice group of siblings. I know my brother would have definitely been fighting with me by this age.
Yeah, but then for them it's still good.
Yeah.
We haven't picked up that. Yeah.
And I know this is a bad question, but do you have a favorite cub yet?
Yeah, not really. I love them all. I do.
You're a good father to them. You can't choose your favorites.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Otherwise, then if I pick the favorites, is there's few that they will lack, attention, and because then all the attention will go to the other.
And Tammy, in terms of her recovery and all of that, she's doing absolutely fine.
Yeah, no, she's doing definitely she's doing fantastic at the moment. She's really doing great, and yeah,
Okay.
it's just like you just wish like he could able, be able to talk to them,
Mhm.
you having with them, and they, then from seeing and looking, observing, is doing fantastic.
Nice. And does she ever get to see them? Like, Can she see them from her enclosure or not?
No, no, no. She can't. She
Okay, so she's having a
can't be
proper
removed.
break.
It's actually this that we gave them. It's quite distant from. She's.
I think we are losing Wellington. Yes, he's gone. All right, everybody. I'm sure he will be back in no time. There's some really interesting information there because I mean, we always, whenever we do albums, so even on Tuesdays when we do the Africam show, I get so many questions just about Tammy and the Cubs and updates. And the only things I've really been seeing are what Hesk posts on social media, which is actually where I saw Willington do his face mud masks for the rhinos. Um, but it's so nice to have an intimate insight into what's going on at the Hood Endangered Species Center. And then I forgot to tell you all that we're live and interactive because we jumped straight in. So while we wait for Wellington, I can remind you that we are live and interactive, everybody. So please do send through your questions and your comments. Although I must admit I have a lot of questions, but we'll try to get some of yours through. Mamdu, you were asking if we would get a chance to vote on their names. I have no idea, actually. I'm not sure if they're even thinking that far just yet, considering that the Cubs are still so young. So maybe Kirst could give us some insight there. But we have a whole lot of highs coming through. Casper Sled Ghost says good morning to or afternoon to you, Trish, guest and everyone. You're ready for a ride with a hot coffee from frigid Milwaukee. Very nice. I'm glad to say that here in Johannesburg it is sunny right now. I say right now because oh, it's been very stormy and very rainy. Yesterday, I went to visit Kirsten, and I decided that I was going to walk. However, halfway through the walk, thunderstorm just rolled through, and I was a little soaked. So lots and lots of rain and thunderstorms at the moment here in Joburg. April Owl says, good morning, everyone from a cold Connecticut. You're having apple fritters and cherry iced tea. My goodness, that sounds nice. Jack DeBoer says, good morning from Chesapeake. Jean Gale says, hello before dawn from a mountain valley near Seattle. Jean Gale, that should be your opening line everywhere all the time. And you say it's dark, but you have hot coffee. I love it when I wake up early enough for it to be dark. That's one of my favorite things. Bridget McKinney says hi, Trishana, and to
Not
Willie.
pick different ones.
And then Jack DeBoer says Tammy is so cool. Thank you so much, everybody. I think we might have Willen. No, never mind. Never mind. I was about to say I think we might have Willington back, but maybe in a moment. I can kind of see that they're coming back. Maybe in a moment. Anyway, I hope that you all are doing well. I wish I had a clip to share with you, but I don't. But I will tell you all that I'm going to the Drakensberg tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. And I go to the bush after that too. So lots of exciting things to look forward to because it's December, and here in South Africa, that means it is summer season. It's kind of weird that we I guess I've always grown up in the Southern Hemisphere, whether it's been in South Africa or in Australia. So festive period has always been summer for me. So I've always wanted to have a white Christmas, like some of you in the Northern Hemisphere there. Nice chilly Christmas. But here it means lots and lots of very cold drinks and lots of beach and pool time. So that's what I'm looking forward to this December. Anyway, I'm just rambling now, but while we wait, we can have a look at some old clips of Tammy, which would be amazing. Thank you, Kirst. Oh, there we go. Them climbing the tree. I think it's so cool that they still hang on to this behavior. Oh, and the calls. It's not unusual for cheetahs to do this, but as youngsters, it's a lot easier because they're much lighter, which means that they can make their way up into trees. And when many mammals are young, they just don't weigh up risk very well. And that goes for many, many different mammals. Oh, getting a good face lick. So as they get older, as Willington said, they will continue to play in the trees and to use those muscles. They really need to use these muscles, strengthen them, getting uh like leveling up their skills. But even though cheetahs don't, adult cheetahs are not getting into trees very often, what the cubs display here is a very important behavior that cubs do or that cheetahs do demonstrate, which is trying to find a vantage point. You'll often see cheetahs on top of a termite mound, in the crook of a tree sometimes, but hardly ever further up. But even as cubs, they have this instinctual drive to get higher, to find a vantage point, to increase how much they can see. And if you think about the habitat in which cheetahs thrive, open areas, you can understand why this is really important. But as they get older, they will become a little more risk averse. So not as far up in the trees, but they'll still be looking for the best position to be in, to have the furthest view within their areas. Jean Gale, you say you love hearing about the mud masks. I know, it was very cute. I saw it on his Instagram. They were Willington was putting mud masks on the rhinos. Not so much what the cheetahs need, though. Even though they kind of just they kind of look with still having that fluffy mantle. They kind of look like they've been dipping themselves in mud, but for mammals, I should say for furry mammals that have dense layers of fur, so many mammals have uh, different layers to their fur with different hair types. And for those that have the most dense, they kind of have three different layers of hair. So it's not, I think we might have Willington back. So for those three different layers, they generally don't need mud because the purpose of the mud is to make sure that they can protect their skin from the sun, they can cool down, and they can pull off ticks and pests. But if you have a nice dense fur, ticks and pests are not your biggest concern in most of the body. But then in the areas where we often see it with leopards, with lions, with cheetahs, the areas where the skin or the fur is thinner, that's when you do get pests. But unfortunately, Willington's mud mask is not going to work on the cheetahs. Hi, Willington, do we have you back? Not yet. It looked like he was giving us a clap. So, while we try to get him back, oh, we do have you back. Hi, Willington. I see you've changed your background.
Yeah, sorry about that. The internet is it's a bit unstable.
That's okay. That's okay. You're still breaking up quite a bit. So if you need some time to, uh, okay, you seem better actually. Okay, yeah, all good, Wellington. No worries. We were actually going to wrap up soon, but I thought we have just like two or three more questions, if that's okay. If you think you will survive or the internet will survive. Okay, guys. I think I think it's okay. Shame. Sometimes, though, one of the things with living in wilderness areas is that we sometimes have to just give up the internet. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Better?
Willington, do we have you again? I think so.
Yeah, yeah, I am back.
Okay. Nice to have you back. So we wanted to know what are
Yeah, okay, so just find the best. Okay.
There we go. Nice. Definitely looking better. So now with the kid with the cubs about 6, 7 months old, what are the next key stages that you're going to be looking for to know they're on the right track?
Yeah, like I think I've mentioned as well, like we will be doing the DNA profiling
Mhm.
very soon, and then yeah, and which will be happening actually very soon.
Nice. And that will give you information about what their genetics are like and make sure that they have enough diversity and stuff like that.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. Which is obviously a really important point for International Cheetah Day because there are so few cheetahs left and all the populations are so fragmented. And we know that cheetahs went through a genetic bottleneck. So doing genetic testing like Willington is doing and Hesk is doing is really important for the cheetah population to make sure that they're nice and healthy.
Yeah.
Um, and so we just have a couple minutes left, and we wanted to know what has been your most memorable moment with Tammy and the Cubs?
Um, Tammy being such a wonderful mother, and then raising like four perfect little cubs, like to this stage, and um, it's just one of the best moments that we like we cherish, and
Yeah, because also in the
yeah,
wild, um, an adult female would not be able to take care of four cubs, out in the wild. Half of the cubs
yeah,
would
exactly.
not survive.
Yeah, and then now, yeah, to see actually just to see, to see the Caps doing perfectly fine now, and then since now they are not with their mother, and then it's just perfect, like
Mhm.
um, yeah.
And do you, or what message would you like to share, or you and Hesk like to share on World Cheetah Day, just about the importance of protecting cheetahs?
Yeah, I would no, on that day it will remind us that our fastest land mammals. It's one of the most vulnerable, and they should and then it's actually one of the animals that it's actually on the um, like on the red list, due to the survivals, and then yeah, um, we need to actually supports the conservation efforts and all that to ensure that these animals they are being protected, and so that our future generations they won't just hear about cheetahs and then seeing them in the pictures, and then these animals will still be alive, and then so our future generation can be able to also have a chance, like to see these animals.
Hmm. And I think sometimes we forget, I mean, there's about 7,000 cheetahs left in the wild in the world. And we forget that in 1 or 2 generations, if we don't do something, they can be gone.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely, like it's up to everyone to take to take part in that, and support all those the conservation efforts and that is happening at the moment, and then all this good work that other people also, including Husk, that they are doing, and yeah, and then we just need to take part into that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have one last question before we say goodbye. Viewers are dying to know, will the Cubs get names and when will they get names if they do get names?
Um, Yeah, the cubs they will get names, and then I believe, not too sure, but then I believe during the DNA profiling, that's when they will also be named. They will get their names.
Oh, then we are very excited, not only to know what their genetic diversity is like, but also because they'll get names. Yes, thank you so
Yes.
much. Wellington, it really was such a pleasure to have you with us and to get your experience behind the scenes, with animals, with Tammy, with even the rhinos, and your love for the cubs. And we want to say on International Cheetah Day that we really appreciate the work that you and HESC do. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you to you too, and then thank you for having me today here. And thanks for the support.
Our
Really
pleasure.
much appreciated.
Our pleasure. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks for your questions and your comments. I hope that you learned a little bit more about Tammy and that you're all happy for the update. And remember that you can go on to HESC's Instagram and have a look at updates as well, especially if you want to see Willington puts mud masks on the rhinos. Go over to Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks very much and bye.
Bye.